Hi everyone, it's me, Miku, recently elected mayor of New York City, as of last night. Back from the dead after Halloween. Doing Calculus 3, but this is more important. Well, I can just teach you Calculus. You thought it said milk? I mean, both can be true. Okay, so yeah, on Halloween, we started doing a Getfixedboi playthrough. It was, Miku? Miku. You don't have audio? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, oh, fuck, my eye hurts. Oh god, why is it? It's not like looking a particular way with the lash was really annoying. What did I name this world? I don't remember. It was a legendary world, so surely we can narrow it down. Just look for something created in October. Mippon. Have I been talking? Yeah. I hope so. Okay. Yeah, we started doing a legendary world. Getfixedboi. And I didn't get that far. We got to the surface a couple times. I'll probably work on going throughout the world making pylons. And probably go to the desert, mining speed. Mining speed, fossil pickaxe, other stuff like that. I was gonna make a pylon at the desert, that's right. I have 14 life crystals on me. Oh. Right, we got an imp statue. Okay, furniture. Yeah, grenades for goblins, that's right. Did you guys have a nice Halloween? You have a nice beginning of November? I had a pretty nice Halloween. Beginning of November was mediocre, but... What did you do on Halloween, real sad GD? Yeah, I know, it's me, as Sinister. Hi, I'm in your Wi-Fi. It's me. Hatsune Miku from XCOM, right when I killed those aliens. Yeah. Fortnite, that was me too. Miku, me too. Yeah. You got over 5 pounds of candy? Jesus Christ. All I have left from Halloween is like... It's banana Laffy Taffy. That's it. That's the only thing I've got. Is one banana Laffy Taffy. Did your message get shadow banned? No? This is terrible. It's like a circus peanut. Which, by the way, circus peanut's banana flavored, if you didn't know. And this is awful. I don't really... Laffy Taffy might be the #1 worst candy. No. No, I mean, I think other Laffy Taffies are... Get out of my eye, please. Other Laffy Taffies are fine. It's just the banana flavor sucks. Doesn't taste anything like a banana. Trust me, I'm a banana expert. I've had all kinds of bananas. Big bananas, small bananas, plantains, kind of like a banana. And this doesn't taste like any of them. Oh, gross Michelle banana. You get out of here. Fuck off. Alright. I've had the real bananas. The ones that we, like, destroyed Polynesian countries for. And you know what? This doesn't taste like it. Got mining potions and danger zones. Hey, Urgent Tavis Magnificence. Yes, Haggis, it is me. Welcome. the world is mine. Yeah. As I say in Japan, konnichiwa. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I want to go to the underground desert, get, ancient chisel, stuff for a fossil pickaxe, and a magic conch. Both of those would be really good. That is... oh, I also need food. I accidentally quick stacked my food to my potions chest, or I just ran out of food. I might have just ran out of food. I just ran out of food. That's fine. We're down here. We can get food easily. Actually, if I am not mistaken, I built a snow pylon. And just buy mushrooms. Back at it again. I never left. I've been wearing this non-stop for the past 5 days. You would not believe how sweaty I am. But that's what separates the Mikus from the boys. The boys from the Miku. It's like Christian Bale in the Machinist. I basically feel like what I've been doing is about a similar level of artistic rigor in preparation for playing the role. Actual Halloween food in game? Marshmallows? Marshmallows aren't Halloween food. What? No. Is the house a happy ghost? No, it's Miku. It's me. You don't recognize me? Never been so offended in my life. Somebody ban that guy. How dare you? Or she, or they. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. That's Hatsune Miku. Am I gonna have a performance? A performance of what? Of eggs? I got some eggs in the fridge. I could pull those out and perform. Perform a good old egg. You guys ever had an egg before? Every time that I cook an egg on the stove and eat an egg, I like have this epiphany where I remember how good eggs are. I fucking love eggs, man. Just fry up an egg on the stove, put some cheese on it, get it on an English muffin, dude. I love eggs. You can quote me on that one. Hatsune Miku officially endorses eggs. And I'm not sponsored by Big Egg. This is saying this purely out of my own personal beliefs. You love eggs, but you just push you off of their chickens? Well, you could get a non-chicken egg. You know, you could get a rooster egg, a nice cock egg, or a quail egg, or an ostrich egg. They got those. Those are pretty big eggs. Just whatever suits your needs. You know, you got a problem with cock eggs. You got options. You know, that's important. And when you think about it, like, an egg isn't a chicken. An egg could have been a chicken, but it's not. You know. Never reached the point of being a chicken. It's chicken, period. No, like it could have been a chicken, but it's not. Like, I could have, you know, gone to fucking medical school and become a doctor. I didn't. I'm not a doctor. You wouldn't say that just because I had the potential to go, you know, set a bomb in a local library. It doesn't mean I bombed the library, right? Like, that's a thought crime. You can't call a chicken, an egg a chicken because that's a thought crime. You following me? It's not what it could have been, it's what it is. And what it is not a chicken, it's an egg. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? I think the chicken has to come to get the egg, right? You have to fertilize it. I guess you get an unfertilized egg. Miku loves eggs because Miku is egg-shaped. Yes. Please speak in English real quick. I'm Miku. I only speak 2 languages. English and Japan. The best thing you've seen all day. Thank you, Legendary Young. Legendary on. Legendary on. Oh, yo, boots. Oh, boots. That's actually really nice. Okay, so the whole point of being here is that I want... Fossil and Magic Conch and Chisel. And I mean, Dune Rider boots would be good, but I don't need them. Miku is back. Miku never left. Miku, you ever had Miku's Shaka fries in East Asia? I did. They weren't really Miku themed. I was really disappointed. I was actually in Japan with my friends on Miku Day, and there was the whole like Miku promotion with McDonald's happening. We thought there was gonna like be something, you know. So like we went to McDonald's on Miku Day, and there wasn't. They were just like the regular fries. They weren't. They didn't have Miku flavor. Right? Like I wanted Miku flavored French fries. As the game audio, is the microphone quieter in comparison to game audio? I mean, I can turn my microphone up a bit. Is it quiet? You guys let me know. Hey, it's fine. Yeah, is it quiet? Feel the same way it feels quiet to you? Well, you were the one that brought it up in the first place. Feel the same way if so it's actually quiet? Okay. Is that better? I can also just turn the game down a bit. Yeah, sorry. I play around with volume settings if I'm streaming. So game audio a bit loud still? Because if that's the case, then the game audio is just too loud. It's not my microphone being quiet. Just, turn things down a little. Is that better? The reason we're doing this is to get mandibles for mining potions. Nice. That's a good sound. I'm good sound. I claim sole ownership over the concept of sound. You know, everything was... everybody was deaf until Miku invented sound back in 1853. Me, I invented sound. What's cooking today? I have like some P.F. Chang's frozen sesame chicken that I was probably gonna cook for dinner. I think it was on sale for like $4, maybe. That's probably what I'll make for dinner tonight. Yeah, I've been wanting to make the so like, oh man, 8 months ago, 7 months ago, I streamed playing XCOM 2, which I love XCOM 2. I adore that game, and I downloaded a bunch of character mods to add a bunch of custom cosmetics and then made a bunch of custom characters, including Hatsune Miku. Miku is a major part of our alien killing squad. And I've been watching those streams back to highlight them. And man, I wish I was not so tired when I was doing those, because I did it right after coming back on a plane from Japan. I think I was jet lagged as hell, so like my expressiveness in the stream is not it's a lot more low key. Thank you, Miku. Without you, you never would have healed the hundreds of fireworks that have been going outside your house for the past 3 hours. What's been going on? Is there like a holiday where you are? You want to trade for a large Snickers bar with a Bible quote in it? What's the Bible quote? I feel like that really, really is what matters. Is it something from like Leviticus? We're talking bonfire night for you? No, I feel like I have to know where the quote is from to answer. Okay, let me get some fossils. I want a fossil pickaxe. Fossil pickaxe, very good in legendary mode because it breaks stone blocks in one hit. I cannot really hear the game right now, I'm gonna be honest. Because I don't have headphones on. I'm just kind of going off of very, very quiet peripheral audio, so I can't really hear when this thing's getting close, which makes it a little bit difficult. Goal for this playthrough? Dude, I don't have goals. I don't think ahead. There was only the moment. Right? The past doesn't exist. When you think about it, the past doesn't exist. All that exists in the past is a trace memory. And memory is a flawed system. What you remember is not reality. You know, there are facts about things, but how do you know that yesterday happened? How do you know a year ago happened? How do you know 100 years ago happened? You can be reasonably sure with the flow of time that something happened, but how do you know exactly what happened? You don't. You might have a recording, but a recording's flawed. You might have your memory, but your memory's flawed. You might have historical evidence, but historical evidence can be flawed, biased, doctored. So, you can't really be confident in the events of the past. And you can't be confident in the events of the future because they haven't happened yet. All that you know is the present, what's happening right now. And that is all I plan for. That's all I exist in. Existence is nothing but a fleeting moment, moment to moment. Some people get so caught up in that past that they may not even have a proper recollection of, or a future that hasn't happened, that they miss the beauty of the moment in front of them. What's your favorite color of dungeon? In Getfixedboi, I really like the deep red and deep blue colors, because in Drunk Worlds and by proxy Getfixedboi, they're painted, and I really like the painted red and blue colors. Thank you for singing that wonderful rap song. That's not a rap song. Deep blue optical reference. It's a poem. I'm poetry. I'm like William Shakespeare. William Miku Sphere. Miku Sphere. You know, XCOM's a great game. I do really love XCOM too. Watching the streams back is it's great fun. I have myself. Well, at the end of the day, that's the only person you can rely on. You might have friends, you might have family, you might have acquaintances, co-workers, but at the end of the day, the only person who matters is you. You fall down, don't wait for someone else to pick you up. You gotta pick up yourself. Because one day, if you spend your entire life waiting for someone else to pick you up, they won't be there. And when they're not there, you won't know what to do. You'll be lost, confused, alone. You might feel betrayed, hopeless, dejected. That's why you gotta do it yourself. A past you needs to exist for the future and present you to exist? Well, that's not true. Because there's a defined point in existence where you came into existence and there was not a past you. Now, you could make arguments about when exactly that point was, but there was a point where you didn't exist and then you did exist. So obviously, it can't be that a past version of you needed to exist for a present version of you to exist, because in the past, there wasn't a you, and now there is. You're not a constant. And similarly, there will come a day where you will die. And then you won't be there anymore. So just because the present you exist doesn't mean a future you will exist either. Let me get these grenades up here. That was what was making things awkward last time. The beauty of the moment in front of you is midterms on Saturday? You have midterms on Saturday? You have, like, class on Saturday? You see Miku first thing you hear is a philosophical debate. What else would Miku be talking about, man? I'm the newly elected mayor of New York City as of yesterday. Midterms in November? That's when elections are held in the US, yeah. Also, I don't know if you're, like, familiar with, like, college and stuff, but midterms are held all throughout the semester. It's not, like, one particular date. Is this just a normal playtime? It's legendary mode. Am I a femboy? I am a femme-Miku. Yeah, Zoran Bomdani loses in a landslide against Hatsune Miku. Love loot and integrators except the rope snake. Yeah, it's very disappointing getting the rope snake, especially because in the part of the underground desert where the rope snake spawns, you have a 3 out of 4 chance of getting a really good item, and then a 1 out of 4 chance of getting a rope snake. Race schools work where you live, usually held in October. Yeah, no, like, I have midterms. Let's see, my semester started in September. I have had midterms in September, October, November, and I have a... I don't know if it's still necessarily considered a midterm, but my last exam is on the last day of classes. Last day of classes on December 4th, which I guess is technically a midterm, because it's before the finals period. It's not technically a final. I only have one class that actually is like an official final. Every Miku is canon? These are cannons right here. Yeah, you see this Miku cannon? Take this shit. Miku beam. I did the Fortnite emote. I've never played Fortnite. I don't. I just took a check. They wanted to use my likeness, so. It's like celebrity, it's like celebrity endorsement of products, or, like a celebrity's custom, you know, like perfume line or something. Like, they don't know anything about it. I just took a paycheck. Every Niku is Miku? And Niku, that's like the One Piece thing, right? My name is Hatsune Miku, and I endorse this message. Miku, how was Zeus back in the day? You heard we were good friends or rivals? We were just roommates. How can I be Hatsune Miku if Hatsune Miku is on your screen? I can duplicate myself. I'm like a cell. I can undergo mitosis, division. Control C, Control V. I'm still tasting that banana Laffy Taffy. I don't like it. Where are the chests at? I mean, I know I don't have Spelunker potions, but... Miku roommates with Zeus. Must have been a night with all the children. It was before his kids. I knew him back when he was in college. What is YouTube a leaderboard for top fans? I don't know, like engagement. It's some weird system they put in place to, I guess, try to boost people engaging with chat. Would be my guess. It resets every stream. And it measures like how frequently you talk, and then I think if like you like donate, that gets you higher on the leaderboard or something. It's stupid. I don't know why they decided to do that. Yeah, ranked chatting. Yeah, ranked competitive chatting. Well, no, you don't even get Sorbet tokens. Like, I wish you got Sorbet tokens, dude. If I could make a cryptocurrency in YouTube and then use that to pump and dump and get myself rich, dude, I would be all over that. Get some nice Sorbet bucks, Sorbucks. Bait all of like the children watching the stream into investing their futures with me and then take their money and run. Dude, I would do that in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think twice. But I can't. Because YouTube is a bunch of squares. And me? I'm a circle. Dude. Where are the chests in the underground desert, man? It's so rough trying to find stuff here. Oh, that's a thunder zapper, not a sponsor. Well, there's one. Up to all that Evanstone. Wait, no, that was just the soundtrack. Was it my Halloween costume that I'm now repurposing? Was this November afternoon truly a special occasion to bust out the Hatsune Miku outfit? I'm not familiar with Halloween. What is Halloween? So I know I don't wear like costumes. This is what I look like. Okay, chisel's really good. Shoe spikes. I already have 3 fucking shoe spikes. Trying to find somewhere in my inventory to shove a shoe spike. I have nowhere to shove one because I already have one on all of my loadouts. best option here. Miku versus YouTube chatters, who wins in a competition about anything? Alright, how much do you guys know about neuroscience? Does Miku? Miku knows a lot about neuroscience. You know the word neuroscience? Hey, that's more than a lot of people. You should be proud of yourself. Your family is. The long, floppy dong of the corruption. Hello, hello. That's a big eater. I think Miku would beat chat in just about anything. Neuroscience, singing, cooking, ability to shoot aliens, edginess, edging, just everything, really. Rock, paper, scissors. I mean, I have like a 70% win rate in rock, paper, scissors. You don't want to go against me. You choose paper, I choose gun. You choose rock, I choose rock crusher. Okay, that's one of them. Getting the contra would be really nice, though. That's cheating disqualified? I can't be disqualified. I make the rules. You chose to agree to Miku's game of rock, paper, scissors. You can't complain when you have to go by Miku's rules. Have you eaten Soak Song on a dance pad? We were beating it on a dance pad, but I've just been busy with other stuff. You know, I got like classes and shit in the middle of the semester. And I just haven't had the time to go back to it. I might go down a bit over here. Yeah, so I'm when I was doing apartment hunting to decide where to live for the school year, I found a really nice apartment, but the problem is it is about half an hour from campus on foot, like a mile and a half or something. So every single day, I need to walk a mile and a half to class and then a mile and a half back from class. And with the winter weather coming, I'm really starting to feel the repercussions of that decision. Get a bike? No. Doesn't seem too bad. I mean, it's cold outside, and it's going to get colder outside, and like walking 3 miles every day when it's cold outside at like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning is not fun. An hour ain't that bad. God, it's like, I get it. Worse things exist, but it's annoying. And it's exhausting. Oh, thank you, good Ronnie. Hey, Sentimental. I can just wake up earlier to not have to force myself to wake up first thing in the morning. My classes are in the morning. That's why I have to walk in the morning. I wake up at like 3 a.m. It's like physically impossible for me to sleep past 6 a.m. with how loud like things are outside of the city. It's not, I don't sleep in. Then you're fine. I feel like you guys like completely are misunderstanding what I'm saying. Get good shoes. It's not my feet that are an issue. Like this is not a problem to fix. Okay, I feel like maybe that's the misunderstanding. I'm not asking you guys for advice or tips or help. I'm just expressing, hey, this is something in my life that I have to deal with, you know? You know, my bad trying to have a conversation with chat. Not, you do you, King. Just do, like, literally anything to shut down the conversation immediately. Tell me exactly how to live my life and ignore everything I'm saying. Blood moon? Yeah. Goes Miku, the cold would be too cold. Too scared to affect you. Yeah, I wanted to go to classes, Miku, but I didn't want to walk because it was cold. And it's like, you know, a skirt and like thin socks and stuff. I think the desert music is kind of fire. It's really nice, yeah. Olive was down there. Oh, there's a cabin. That's nice. Goblin peon. I would like... Wait, no, not Goblin peon. Goblin scout. What's one thing I'd like to be added to Terraria? I don't really have stuff that I want to be added to Terraria, but I would like to see some stuff changed in Terraria. I've made a couple videos on them. What do we do is cannon? Cannon has one end. Not two. Yay! Give me a... Oh. I was hoping to get a, Spelunker buff, but no luck. So he stopped showing up. How do you use things that are not in your hotbar? Smart tool, generally. If you press shift, you'll pull out the item that you need to interact with the item you're currently hovering on. If it's an open space, you'll pull out a torch. That's generally how you use stuff that's not in your hotbar. Why did I dress up as Miku? I didn't dress up as Miku, I am Miku. You don't ask Obama every morning why he dressed up like Obama. He's Obama, you know? Same thing here. What's the best thing about Terraria? Miku, you recently found out that you're kind of not straight. What should you do? Blow up your local government office. Do I like Getfixedboi? No. Getting some banners would be nice. Hopefully sharptooth necklace. There's nothing on it that you like? Really? That's not what you asked. That's not what you said. There's a difference between, do you like Getfixedboi, and then there's nothing about it that you like? Everything about it is trash? Like, that's not what I said. Like, sure, there are some things that are cool about it. It's got the rainbow mushrooms, right? That's nice. But as a seed, as an overall experience, no, I don't play it. I'll play it sometimes, like, it's mildly amusing, but, like, it's not well balanced. A lot of what it has, the seeds individually, can be more fun for. It's tiring, it's exhausting. I don't think it's a joke. It's not as, like, unplayable as No Traps. No Traps is you play it once and then never touch it again. But, like, it's not, I don't like it. It's not a good seed. Recently, you almost completed PKUNA Dreams. It was fun. What have I completed recently? I mean, I don't really think any of the games I've played recently have been, like, story-based games with, like, completion. And as far as games I've played recently, I have a lot of friends that like Dead by Daylight, so a lot of times we'll play that together. I've been playing more Monster Hunter World recently. We're gonna go Monster Hunter World. Had some friends that wanted to play Peak. That was fun. I'm playing some more Darkest Dungeon. I don't really have that much time to play things. I have, like, school. Usually if I'm playing something, it's either with friends or it's, like, for a video or I'm streaming. So. What's my favorite killer in Darkest Dungeon? Like, bosses in Darkest Dungeon? Chamberlains are cool. I feel like it's always intense when they show up, especially if you're in a dark room and you get ambushed by one. Am I studying computer science? Fucked up. Man, how much longer has this blood been going on for? Gotta be almost over by now, right? Well, I pretty much only play Survivor in Dead by Daylight because I'm always just playing with friends, so I don't really play killer. Planning on dropping out of a comp sci degree this month, you don't recommend it? I mean, I know plenty of people who have comp sci degrees. We done now? Yeah, hell butterflies are spawning, which means it's daytime. Okay, well, no magic conch, but we can work with that. Let me pop a teleportation potion. Hey, it's somewhere. Holy no. Wait, it's still a blood moon? I guess hell butterfly spawning in Getfixedboi doesn't work the same as normal. Because normally they only spawn during the daytime. It's Nintendo talking about comp sci and it seems awful. I don't know. I mean, like, I know plenty of people, like, they don't absolutely hate their jobs and stuff. Like, it's that bad, but I think there might be a lot of people who assume they would like comp sci because they like doing stuff on their computer, which I don't think is super Whereas comp sci, I think, is more of like an analytical, mathematical thing. I feel like math, you probably like comp sci. Like programming in video games, and it turns out that is all in comp sci that you like. Yeah, it's not a field for everyone. Including me. I did not study comp sci. I've never really had a desire to study computer science. May I ask what I'm studying in college? The Blade. Neuroscience. +1 platinum? Yeah, gold slimes on this seed are ridiculous. Okay, it's a red pressure plate. It's hooked up. Thankfully, it bombed for the skeleton statue, which I think invalidates it. What's my favorite powder for brain? The nymph. The nymph is my favorite part of the brain. Is neuroscience relative to psychology and sociology? No. Yes, but no. Psychology and sociology are soft sciences. Neurosciences are hard science. It's more of it's a biological science, but it's a physical science, not a social science. I don't know, because I wanted to study it. Like I don't know what kind of question that is. Why did you choose the thing that you like? I don't know, because I like it. Don't do comp to make video games, just look for another career. Yeah, I think it's the sort of thing that people glamorize, but it's not what they expected. Just okay. I got 2.2 platinum from 1 slime. That doesn't sound possible. Maybe if you had a Midas touch buff or debuff. I think they drop like 80 gold or 90 gold on average, and there's a little bit of variability. Sometimes it goes above platinum, sometimes you get like 60. 2 platinum sounds more than what would be possible for 1 gold slime. Now, I might be wrong on that, but I don't think you can get 2 platinum from 1. It's also like, if you got 2 platinum from it, that doesn't necessarily mean that it dropped 2 platinum natively. Like, it could have picked up money from other stuff. But I think 2.2 platinum is outside of the range that a single golden slime will drop. Yeah, so this right here is a dead man's chest with 4 explosive traps. This can only happen on this seed, and it's because every gold chest has a chance to just spawn with an explosive, including dead man's chests, which already spawned with 2 explosives. Ooh, Splunker. I want to go back to the desert. I just 30 minutes of Spelunker, which should, as long as you don't die, get us a magic punch. What class am I playing? I'm not playing a class right now. It's pre-hard mode. Classes barely exist in pre-hard mode. I mean, I guess I'm playing Ranger because I'm using a ranged weapon, but like, classes aren't really a thing until hard mode. Like late pre-hard mode, maybe. Okay, we're gonna extractinate this and make a fossil pickaxe. Want our chest plate? I got my chest plate right here. Six gold. Nice. We don't need an extra pair of shoes. We do not need a single pair of shoe spikes, so please sell every single one of these. I don't want to see another pair of shoe spikes for as long as I live. I know I'm going to, and it's going to make me sad, but I don't want to. And I can put this bloody two away. I don't want to waste too much time. I'm gonna get to the underground desert. So fossil pickaxe, I'm not 100% sure if with my current buffs it's going to be faster than silver, but under normal circumstances, if I had buffs and stuff, it would be. I know people have been asking. I think I might do multiplayer over Thanksgiving. The week of Thanksgiving break, because I have that time off and I'm not planning to go home for the holidays because I don't know if like flying is going to be a complete nightmare. As it's my understanding that flying is currently a complete nightmare, and this is like, you know, 2 weeks away, so I don't really want to plan to have to fly during that period. Oh, thanks, Wix. When's Thanksgiving? Fourth Thursday in November, so that's 3 weeks from now. 28th. 6, 4. Why is flying nightmare right now? Because of the government shutdown that's been happening in the US for the past like 35 days. Which, to my understanding, is leading to very long delays and stuff at airports, and is a problem that's likely going to get worse as like a very significant part of the country travels during the Thanksgiving holiday. Now one would hope it wouldn't go on that long, but I don't know if I want to bank on that one. Thanks, Defoe. We're still too low for magic punch. Gold chest. Must be a dead man's chest. Wait, a regular gold chest spawned here. It's on a... That is just a regular... I don't see any explosives. Yeah, okay. It's regular, safe gold chest. Huh. Man, I missed a chest right here? Seriously? Damn. still too low for what I want. Ruins, iron skin. Biggest shutdown of all time? Yeah, that's what happens when you elect a petulant child. So, no surprises there. The silver pickaxe is faster. I wish I could tell you, Haggis. There are a lot of explanations people could give for why things are the way they are. Socio-political climate, election influence through various factors, apathy or dislike of alternative candidates, but none of that really matters, because it doesn't change the reality of the fact that we have to live with. Would you like Miku 2028? I don't know if the country's ready for that. Where's this chest? I've been dancing around it. Just be up a bit. The Inferno Potion is really nice. Hey, glad you're able to stream this again. You just finished watching stream from Halloween. Nice! Welcome. Let me get mantles, beetles. Must be up here. Yeah, up there. Correct. Any songs today? Sing the national anthem? Yeah. Once I get this chest, I'll sing the national anthem. Why doesn't YouTube auto-capitalize text? I don't understand what you're asking. Like, does it not have like a grammar filter for auto-capitalization? Or like, what do you mean? Okay, boots, that's something. More Miku legs. You. Another chest here. What's that pressure plate hooked up to? That's gotta be hooked up to an explosives, right? No, it can't be. It's hooked up to the... Come on, I want to... You can comment on a video live stream. It doesn't make your keyboard automatically capitalize the beginning of the sentence. That's not weird. What? Why would it do that? I've never used a website that automatically capitalized what I was typing. What? If I want to capitalize it, I'll just press shift. Why would... What? You on your phone? You said keyboard. Phones don't have a keyboard. Okay, they have a... Sure, you go like a touchscreen keyboard, but there are no keys. Like, it... Okay, on your phone is one thing. You press caps lock twice, utterly deranged behavior, dude. Like, I get that when you're young, learning how to type, it might seem more convenient to press caps lock twice than to try to press shift at the same time. But, dude, it is so much worse trying to type if you are pressing caps lock every single time you want to capitalize something and then pressing it again. Like, get in the habit of just pressing shift. It's so much easier. My hair looks good. Thank you. Thank you. Another chisel. Still no, You have caps lock on all the time and you press shift for your lowercase. That is genuinely deranged behavior. You need to be locked up. Not in like a psychiatric ward in a prison. I'm pretty sure that's a felony in most states. God, I've seen like 80-year-olds that type in less unhinged ways than that. Okay, why don't you just go one finger at a time, man? That's how I typed. No, I don't think I ever... There was a point in time when I was a child, when I was like, 12, little baby Miku, that when I was typing, just like wouldn't capitalize stuff or would press caps lock. Honestly, when I was and like, sure, I got pretty good at it, but it was a terrible way to type, and I just later figured out that it wasn't actually difficult to press shift at the same time as pressing something else. It just took some learning, some muscle memory. And I do not remotely regret doing that, and I would strongly suggest that you do if you're younger, learning how to type. Even if you're older, fixing how you type. Never too late to change. It's not too late. It's never too late. Actually really good at typing. How many like words per minute are you getting hitting caps lock twice? Like, that can't be comfortable for your fingers either. You spent like an hour one day learning how to properly type and it was great? Yeah. What? You understand why Gen Alpha doesn't capitalize? Not in judgment way, you just honestly don't understand. To be blunt, the reason that they don't capitalize is because a lot of their communication is happening on phones, and phones do not automatically capitalize. And then I think that would extend itself to conventions through situations where you would capitalize things like in keyboards. But yeah, if you're typing on a phone, for most people, unless they specifically set up auto capitalization, it's going to be faster to just not capitalize. So I think that naturally develops in a way where they just don't capitalize things. I think it's more of a stylistic thing. I would disagree. I think it is very, very driven by the lack of auto-capitalization on phones. And like, I'm not saying that that is why an individual would, but as a trend, as a generational decision to not capitalize things. I think it would be very likely dictated by the main way that they would be communicating with each other, which is through phones, in which capitalizing is difficult or slow. And older generations, when typing, it's very easy if you're on a keyboard to just press shift. But that's not really the case on a phone. And I think that would lead to a general dynamic and trend. That would lead to a lack of capitalization. There's plenty of chests, just none of them have a magic conch in it. I have a good feeling about this one, though. You talking about, Club Penguin, Jake from State Farm? And yeah, I think the environment that you learn to type in, is going to dictate your policies towards capitalization. And don't get me wrong, like, there'll be times where I'll type in, all lowercase, but I think generally I'll, especially on a keyboard, press shift because it's how I know how to type. It's convenient. There's a game on the computers at school. A typing penguin game? I don't remember a typing penguin game. Oh, how do, so I've been kind of curious about this. Nowadays, how do kids, do you guys have, like, typing classes? Do you guys have classes, like, teaching you how to, like, use phones and stuff? Like, what, because I remember back when I was in elementary school, we would have, you know, computer classes teaching us, here's how you use computers. Years and years and years ago. Here's how you type, you get assessed on your words per minute, your like, adherence to form and stuff like that. Like, how have things changed with changing technologies? I know that, some schools will have, like, tablets that they'll give kids. I remember that was a thing back when I was like a later year school. Can I stop getting ancient chisels? Please. Please give me a conch. Yeah, auto capitalization on PC makes no sense. It's trivial to press shift on PC. The chests. Computer classes are kind of general studies now. Let's see. And I imagine it'll vary from school to school. Not every school can have the same curriculum. Left. In class you learned typing, you also taught how to make animatics mixed up PowerPoint. You animated 2 anthropomorphic foxes having a terrible date. Yeah, I hope your PowerPoint classes mess around with the presentations. You know, we would have thought to use alternate loadouts as swords for accessories. Oh, I mean, that's the main reason I use them. Come on, man. Give me a conch. I want to go to the ocean. I'm gonna blow through a whole 30 minutes Spelunker potion in the underground desert without getting a single conch. Classes were a bunch of media literacy in your senior high school classes? Oh wait, senior high. Is that... Is that like a foreign country thing? You didn't like learn how to type until you were like a teenager? Like in school? Hey, Vanilla. You're 20 and you learned in elementary school? Yeah, I mean, I learned in elementary school. Go here, man. Okay, this was not the pyramid chest that we detected. It must have been up and to the left. Very distant. No, I'm gonna go for more horizontal. This is how digging up through sand. Did this get fixed, boy? Yeah. You can tell because of the way that it is. Come on, please give me a conch, man. Have I had a formal typing class? I don't know if I had a formal typing class, but there's definitely a class where typing formed a very large component. I think we're dead. I'm not certain. Oh yeah, now we're dead. I see still dropping back to my mini shulkers looking at stuff. Okay, I don't feel like continuing to look for a magic conch here, man. This is... We've opened, how many chests now? 13. Every chest is a 25% chance of having a magic... Well, actually, no, I think we opened, one chest that was too low. Maybe two chests that were too low. So 11 chests that were at an appropriate height that could have, contained one, and they just haven't. Never said what's good about the magic conch. It lets you teleport to the ocean on a whim, infinitely. What part of that does not sound incredible? Just get a pylon. You cannot use pylons during invasions or other events. You cannot use pylons when NPCs are dead. You cannot use pylons at both oceans. You can only have a pylon at one ocean. And pylons require you to get there and build them in fucking Getfixedboi, where the surface is hell. So yeah, I feel like that articulates why it's very good pretty clearly. Magic conch is instant hell entry. You might be thinking of the demon conch. Magic conch takes you to the ocean. You know, I mean, just like in the middle of a boss fight, being able to just decide, I don't want to be here, and go somewhere else is a very powerful tool. Any infinite use teleport is amazing, and a teleport that takes you to a different location is also amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that that pyramid. Oh, I should have got silver bullets during the Blood Moon. That would have been good. You'd find it very useful in your legendary mode world because you made your ocean into a massive lava shark arena. Wait, why were you asking that you didn't understand why it was useful and then went, oh yeah, it was useful? What? Understanding the demon conch is so mid? Well, I think there are two reasons for that. One is that it is significantly faster to get to the underworld than it is to get to the ocean from world spawn. A lot of people will build like elevators. Two, the demon conch does not let you go to multiple locations. It only takes you to one spot in the underworld, whereas the magic conch lets you go to 2 different locations, which is very good. And 3, it's a lot more difficult to get the demon conch. like, magic haunts is 25% find in a biome that has really awesome loot, and you'll probably be digging in anyways if you're getting, you know, like antlion mandibles, ancient chisel, relevant the entire game, and early game, you know, fossil stuff. You can get an early magic weapon that's pretty solid. So it's a lot more likely you'll get the magic conch, and the magic conch does more. It does something that's more useful, and versatile, and it just kind of puts the demon conch in a position where it's just doesn't really hold up, you know? Yeah, the desert's hard to traverse, especially upwards. Having Spelunker and Danger Sense potions really, really help. I swear I'm hearing a worm dig, but I think it's just the soundtrack. No, it is a worm. There is a worm. It's been following me this whole time. There's a master mode. This is legendary mode. Let's get Getfixedboi. So, yes, but no, because Relogic made the worst naming convention possible for the difficulties in this seed. Okay, now we need to navigate back up to, oh, that was a ways away, huh? Thank you, pot slime. Oh. Say something bad about your favorite gun, the boomstick. The boomstick is the favorite weapon of a very annoying type of person. It's not indicative of the boomstick itself, but I have had several interactions with people individually who, like, adamantly treat the boomstick as like a second coming of Jesus. And like any other early game ranged weapon doesn't exist. Just get the boomstick. Any other early game ranged weapon is worse than the boomstick. Boomstick, god tier weapon. There's never a point in time when you would not want to use it. Mini choke's way worse than the boomstick. It's stuff like that. I think it detracts from my opinion of the boomstick because of that. What's the best bullet in Terraria? It depends on context. Oftentimes crystal bullets, chlorophyte bullets, or ichor bullets could be the best. Crystal bullets are basically the only bullet in the game that actually increases your damage. They spawn 2 projectiles that each deal 50% of the projectile's damage. So if both of those land and you're on a low defense enemy, a crystal bullet basically doubles your DPS. However, landing both of them won't always happen, and enemies do have defense, which is going to cut down on effectiveness, but in general, they're very powerful. Ichor bullets reduce defense, which can be useful on high defense enemies, also very easy to get, as are crystal bullets. On very high rate of fire weapons, you might find yourself preferring Ichor over Crystal if it's on a high defense enemy, like fighting Nuke Fishron with an early game weapon that attacks rapid, like a Mega Shark or something, or like Aerospace 1 with a Mega Shark. You might prefer Ichor if you don't have any damage buffs. Skeletron Prime, I think when its skull is spinning, Ichor works better, and I might take Skeletron Prime, Ichor over Crystal. Something like the Twins probably want Crystal. Chlorophyte bullets just home. If you're missing shots, chlorophyte bullets basically increase your DPS because they will cause shots that otherwise would have missed to hit. So if you miss half your shots, chlorophyte bullets are effectively doubling your damage, which is really good. And some weapons that are very inaccurate, like the chain gun or vortex speeder, are really good with bullfight bullets because it's hard to guarantee those shots would have hit, but bullfight does guarantee they would hit. So yeah, usually in hard mode you use one of those 3 bullets. If you're in pre-hard mode, you don't really have many options. Strictly speaking, the best bullet for pure damage is the party bullet from the party goal, which requires you to have the party goal, have a party, and buy pig Yadas, and then just get a bunch of party bullets, which is implausible in a lot of situations, and the damage bonus you get from them isn't that much higher than silver and meteor. But if you're fighting a single target where piercing is not relevant, then strictly speaking that would be the best bullet. That aside, you do have meteor bullets, which I think would generally be what I would consider the best bullet in hard mode in most applications. The pierce is nice, the bounce is nice. I'd take them on the wall of flesh over party builds because they cut through the hungry. Oh, that's a shadow orb, dude. I thought that was a Evan slime, man. I was so thrown off. Now, by the way, these can be trapped if you're playing Getfixedboi. Make sure you check for explosives for opening a gold chest in the pyramid. Okay, that's fine. Sandstorm in a bottle. Weird gen? That's just Getfixedboi. Nothing too surprising about it. Oh wait, no, the orb. Yeah, the orb was weird. But that's also just Getfixedboi. It spawns inner corruption and, you know, it happens. Okay, I don't care about these because I do not care about a magic carpet. I really want to do goblins. So I'm going to take my goblin scout statue. And I suppose we'll farm imps as well. And find somewhere to hook them up and start farming them. Small issue is I need to kill them. I don't have a great way of doing that. I suppose, do I make a platinum short sword? I think genuinely, unironically, I might make a platinum short sword for farming these guys. I think this actually might be my best option. Did I get feral claws at any point? I haven't really been to the jungle. I have. Okay. Okay, now we want to look for a vertical... Oh wait, no, I need a red pressure plate. Have I gotten a red pressure plate? I don't know if I have. I know I saw a red pressure plate. There was one in the mushroom biome. That was way over here. Damn. Did I find a red pressure plate anywhere else? Without a red pressure plate, I can't really farm this. I need to make an engine. I don't really have a good way of doing that without a red pressure plate. Surely I must have found one somewhere. It's really tough identifying red pressure plates on the map. I know there was one over here. And I was thinking to myself that I should have picked it up. Well, if I follow that track, probably gets me most of the way there. Am I farming imps now? Well, I want to farm a goblin statue because I want goblins. So an imp is just a free enemy that I need to farm anyway, that I can farm alongside it. So, and the reason we need to farm imps is for imp banners to fight the wall of flesh. It's a very critical part of the wall of flesh and Getfixedboi. Have I ever speedran? Terraria? No, not really. Other games? I've done a little bit of speedrunning in other games, but not too much. I've done like casual Dark Souls 1 speedruns. I've done Path of Pain speedruns in Hollow Knight. I had speedrun Inscription once. But nothing like competitive, just like having some fun with them. In general, I'm not really a huge fan of speedrunning, mostly because speedrunning is inherently a very competitive thing, and I'm not really a very competitive person. Started Inscription last night. Inscription's great. Yeah, I love Inscription. Hey, I don't know how to pronounce that. But hello. Hello, chatter. A lot of fun, but you feel like you're missing something to progress? What have you done so far? Inscription's very much so a game that you don't want to, like, look up information on, so I'd advise against that. But what have you done in Inscription? The boss in the cabin after the trapper where he uses all 3 masks. I mean, how many times have you played? There is a little bit of a, the first couple runs are, they'll, like, introduce new mechanics, as you go through to new runs. So it could be that there could be some mechanics that you haven't, discovered yet that would help out a lot. Sometimes it's just, you know, getting luck, getting a good deck, figuring out how to build a deck well, and, like, play your cards well. But no, if you, it doesn't sound to me like you're missing too much. At a certain point, it's just, you know, playing the game well. It might just be that, like, the decisions you're making aren't great. You know, there's definitely RNG over which cards you get, but, you know, it's possible to beat the game on your first seed, on your first playthrough, without even unlocking a lot of, like, the extra mechanics. But it's difficult, don't get me wrong, but it's not like those are critical to beating the game. And yeah, I would just keep at it. Sometimes it's just the cards you get, sometimes it's RNG, right? Like, you get a Mantis God with 3 attack boosts from campfires, and that thing will solo everything in existence. But you know, one of those messes up and your Mantis God dies, and you're in a much tougher spot. And there's also the items you can have, and knowing when to use them can also be really big. Knowing what the items do, knowing when to use the items. I just try to, you know, think about that when you're playing. Try to get better. It's a regular pressure plate, not a red pressure. Oh, there's a red pressure plate. Okay. I knew I saw another one somewhere. Okay. Now we can actually hook up the trap. A little bit of a detour we had to take, but that's fine. So, we're going to take this red pressure plate. We also need a statue to make the engine with. I'll use another goblin, because... Actually, I should really use literally any statue except a goblin, but my next option is Medusa, but Medusa... No, Medusa only stands still if she has... if she has line of sight, which should be fine. What is my typing speed? I mean, it depends on whether I'm trying to type quickly or not. I think last time I took a typing test and, like, was trying to actively type quickly, I was around 90 words per minute, maybe? I think, like, the 90 to 100 range. But I don't remember exactly. It was a while ago. And by what, I mean like a year or two, not like 5 years. Okay, we're looking for a boulder trap. We want verticality here, because we're using a short sword. Alternatively, this explosive... Oh, Hold on, will this work? How many blocks is this? We might make this work. So we have 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. No, I can't do it. Need to be 1 or 2 longer. Your typing style is to ignore caps and apostrophes, then when you finish the paragraph, you go back and put them in. But that's not a fit. Like, that's not. That's not a good typing strategy. Thought I hated Miku? Well, then she came to my house with a checkbook full of Sorbucks and paid me off. I hate these torches. I don't like the lighting profile. Okay, so step 1 is get the Medusas in. They're a spawning mechanism. So, the red pressure plate. Got all 3 of them. I'm gonna put them down here. Engine built. Now, I'm going to put down some ashwood platforms and put some goblin peons here. So block there. Okay. And then we don't have long on this one. So I'm pretty sure they'll just immediately fall down. Yep. I'm gonna keep attacking them. We're good. I'm gonna keep them up here best I can. What do red pressure plates do? Enemies can step on red pressure plates to activate them. That's why they're important here. Okay. You know what? Step 1, I'm gonna get a statue for these guys, or a banner for these guys, which should let me safely put down the imp statue. I want to put an imp statue down directly in front of me, so I just immediately stab them. But it's difficult to do that with the goblins here. And I don't want to give the imps an opportunity to teleport. Yeah, so if you're making a pre-boss wiring engine, you'll want to use you know, I honestly could just do that. And then we just have to be fast about this, but that's fine. Okay. Then we just sit here for a while. This lets us get an obsidian rose banners and goblin battle standards to summon a goblin invasion. All of which are very nice. So, obsidian rose I think is the only thing we're missing from Terraria goods. Goblin battle standard obviously, and because this is Getfixedboi, the wall of flesh is going to spawn imps repeatedly during this fight, so having banners to nerf those imps is really important. I do still have fun dip here, actually. So I'd like to put this banner down, but the problem is I don't really have an opportunity to do a good one. Let's have some fun dipping, you know? AFK? I can't be AFK because I'm killing these guys manually. We got the rose already though. This is awkward. Shit. Yeah. That's the tricky part. Is I can't really let go of the button. But once we get those banners down, we'll be fine. And once we come back, they'll be gone, so. We're good. Keep the banner. Obsidian rose I'll put in here. Just sell that thunder snapper. It's not going to do anything for me. Need the Medusa statue. Sell you. Sell you. Did I get any tattooed cloth? No, damn. It's unfortunate. Okay. Well, we have this set up now. We're just going and fix it. Very short time. I don't really have any time, is the thing. Like, it's not that I have a short time, it's that I don't really have time. The instant I stop attacking, they are going to walk towards me. Like, there's not really a window, especially since I'm aiming with my cursor. Like, the amount of time it takes to swap items and swap back, I don't think there's a window of time. The imps don't fly away immediately. Well, it's not the imps aren't the only problem. There are goblins there. But yes, you do have a short time period before imps would fly away if you stop attacking them. But I'm not only talking about the imps. Goblin Scout, Fire Imp, and then we get the Medusas back. Fun fact, you can also shoot red pressure plates. Yeah, the rose did come quickly. The rose wasn't really the useful part, though. It's nice to have, but just hopefully why we were doing this. There's not really any way to do that. You ever make a hand of creation? No, not really. I don't really care that much. The only part of the hand of creation I really care about is the mining speed, and I can just use a chisel, you know? The rest of it's, like, fine, but I just don't really care that much. I think destroying the block was the way to go. I tried a different strategy there with the pressure plate, but the pressure plate didn't really work because the goblins walked out too quickly. Help Super Chat isn't working? You can go subscribe to my Patreon. I get more money from that than if you donate through YouTube. And I can, you know, provide better, like, rewards and stuff to people on Patreon than through YouTube. Take 3. We'll get it this time. Okay, red pressure plate, Medusa, 3 times. Destroy you. I'm gonna wait to see if a ghost spawns, because if a ghost did spawn, then this would be very inconvenient, because I'd have to kill the ghost then. How many hours do I have in Terraria? About 6,000. I don't remember the exact number. Doesn't really matter. Don't really care. Okay, imps. Okay, now we should be good. You're back from calculus, now you have headphones? Nice! Welcome back, Oasis. When did I start playing? 2013, I think. Somewhere around there. Okay, now 10 tattered cloth gets us Goblin battle standard. Good luck. But it's a 1% drop rate from these goblins. Not the best. And it might take a little while before we get it. As far as the imps, we just want the banners. At this point, we have the only drop we've got to get from them. But having a healthy body of banners for the wild flesh would be very nice. What is the objective of this run? Beat the game? I don't know. Have fun? I don't believe in fun. No, I haven't believed in fun since I was 13 years old. I was younger than that. It was when Brandon shoved my head into the side of a school bus back in elementary school, 3rd grade. I had my 3rd grade teacher had these like gifts, not like gifts, but like rewards you could pull out if you like did well in class. And one of them like little stuffed animal was giraffe. And I got a giraffe as a reward because I did well in class, and I really liked that giraffe. His name was Giraffe. I would take that giraffe with me, and this guy that I went to school with, who at the time I think was like a year or two above me, maybe in like 5th grade. No, he was older than that. He was I think it was honestly in middle school, maybe, possibly in high school, because this was he had a younger brother who was a year above me. He was about the same age as my older sister, who's like 5 years older than me. So this guy was probably in like 8th or 9th grade. He really didn't like the fact that I had giraffe, so he just like shoved my head into the like metal frame of the school bus for having a pet giraffe. And I think that was the point where I stopped believing in the concept of fun. Can you get the game volume down a little more? Is there a challenge? I mean, it's Getfixedboi. Like, it's legendary Getfixedboi. Is that not enough of a challenge for you? Oh, 2 tattered cloth. It's a first drop. We farming for a goblin battle standard? Yeah, we have not gotten a goblin invasion to happen. No idea why. It's been probably like 7 in-game days since breaking an orb and we meet the criteria. So at this point, just make a standard. Yeah, I'm being very sad about that. I really like that giraffe toy, but didn't really want to have the giraffe toy again after that. That guy was kind of a dick, I gotta say. You had a crocodile named Crocky? Nice. I don't think I ever had a pet crocodile. I had a salamander, like a lizard. I had a Scooby-Doo pillow that I really liked as a kid. And when I was maybe 6 years old, 7 years old, I still like sucked my thumb as a kid. You know, why did I stop doing this? This is fucking awesome. Anyway, I was so fucked my thumb as a kid. From my parents would put hot sauce on my thumb. They saw me from chocolate. That's good. That's good. Kids know what's up, I gotta say. I tried 30x. I don't know what you're asking. What is that? Spawn rates? Speed? Drop rates? You suck your thumb for the shape. It's like biting your nails. You used to suck your tongue? But how does that... You suck with your lips. So like how do you like... How do you... What? You sucked your thumb until you were 10? Damn. No, my parents put hot sauce on my thumb when I was young to curb that behavior. What kind of stuff did you guys dress up as on Halloween as kids? I would have a mix of costumes that like either my mom would make or I would like, you know, get from like a costume store or something. There was a spider that my mom made at one point, which is a really cool outfit. The only thing that was a little bit off about it is that she did use like a black face paint to like match the black color of the, you know, spider, which has a slight issue. But I also went as a milk carton one year, like the missing person on a milk carton, right? So I would, like had a like cardboard milk carton with a face on it. I went as a taco one year. And you know, come to think about it, my mom also painted my face brown to be like taco meat, which is also slightly problematic. But the blue Power Ranger from Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Thankfully, she didn't paint my face for that one. That would actually have been concerning. I had that outfit as a kid. Really like that one. Like a, you know, Power Rangers jumpsuit. One time you was Sans Undertale, but you was scared of face paint, so you were just some weird kid in a blue hoodie. I come to think of it, I was, I guess I was the 10th Doctor once, David Tennant. Honestly, maybe more than once. I had a big trench coat, sonic screwdriver. I remember I had to go to the Hot Topic to buy a sonic screwdriver because the one I had ordered online didn't come in. Last year, you were Patrick Bateman? Okay. How much you really look like Patrick? I mean, you kind of just look like a guy, right? I mean, how much did you really look like Patrick Bateman? Tennant is the hot one? I would say so. Yeah, he's an attractive man. I'm trying to think of other Halloween costumes I had. Honestly, I think it was mostly those ones. There were years where I would, you know, reuse the Halloween costume or something. Yeah, I'm Miku. I'm Miku myself. Just wore a pinstripe suit, those cheap 90s headphones, and a clear raincoat. I had a pinstripe suit under my trench coat for the 10th Doctor cosplay. I used to watch a lot of Doctor Who. The reason was, back when I was preteen, maybe? I don't remember the exact years, but my mom had a van that had the TVs in the back of the seats, right? Minivan. And I would be sitting in the middle because I was a younger child, so I would get the front seat. So anytime we were in the car, I would be watching something on the, you know, TVs on the back of the seats. I didn't really have a phone at that point. So it wasn't like I would just be sitting there on my phone. So I was locked to stuff that we had on disc, which was like episodes of Doctor Who, Futurama, I think it was mostly those. So I would years of my life where I would basically just watch like Doctor Who or Futurama, just like on the TVs on the back of the minivan seats. And it wasn't like I'd be watching it non-stop, right? This would be like, 20-minute drive, 30-minute drive, maybe an hour drive. You watch like half an episode, something like that. But yeah, it was just how I would entertain myself as a preteen. Before that, I would just like read books, but I got time for that. So yeah, I was really into like Doctor Who as a kid. I also used to really like the when I was younger than that, I would read like the Warrior Cats books, which apparently is like still a thing now, which is wild to me. I guess they just like kept making new stories or something. I don't know. But like the only other people that I know who read those books and liked them were like furries. But like I feel like I'm the only person that read that book series who is not a furry, and we're just like, oh hey, cats, I like cats. Warrior Cat's responsible for me thinking until I was in like middle school that the way that women got pregnant was just by cuddling. Because that's how cats got pregnant, right? They just like sleep together, but like literally sleep together, not like have sex, just lay next to each other. Oh, and then another way that I would entertain myself as a kid is reading the D&D Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, and Dungeon Master's Guide. Specifically the 3.5 ones, because those were the ones that I had. Yeah, I read those books probably hundreds of times. I would just, pick open a random page, read about, magic items, or like, creating dungeons or adventures, or find a random monster, or like the classes or stuff like that. Yeah, God, I would do that so much. Just keep them with me, use them as I would use them as a mouse pad for my laptop when I was like a young teenager. And they double as entertainment, which is convenient. Oh, I also used to have back when I was in middle school, I had to get a laptop. I went to a charter school 1 year. It was like a STEM school. And as part of that, we need to have a laptop for school. And I had a laptop with a disc tray, as was the style at the time. And I would bring episodes of Futurama on disc to watch during lunch with my friends. I would also like bring popcorn every day for lunch, because I lived an hour away from the school. It was near where my mom worked. She had an hour commute every day, so I would commute with her every day to school. And it was difficult for me to bring cold stuff. And it was something that, like, we had a microwave. It wasn't really like a full lunchroom, right? So I had to bring food. So a lot of times I would bring popcorn. Popcorn's cheap. I was a kid, so like nutrition didn't exist. Yeah, I would microwave popcorn all the time and just eat that. I was the popcorn guy. And that school also had a LARPing club, live action role playing that I was a part of. Made like duct tape weapons and just beat the shit out of each other as kids. That was fun. I had good memories from that school, except for the part where, actually no, I have mostly good memories from that, except for the bad memories. There was one point in time, this was 7th grade. I was probably like 12 years old at the time or something. I was, there was like a study hall session that we had between classes, and I don't really remember the context. I just remember, for some reason, I was like chilling on the ground or something, and then just like a bunch of people started stepping on me. just like repeatedly over and over again. I wish I remembered the context. They were like, some of them were my friends, some of them were just like people that were like acquainted with my friends. It was like hurting me. Like they were like physically hurting me. To the point that I was like crying, and then they just like kept stepping on me for like 15 minutes or something. That was a really upsetting point in time. I remember that. I remember being very, very upset with essentially just being like repeatedly stepped on and kicked for like 15 minutes. I wish I remember the context of why that happened though. Oh, I also had a roller backpack when I was a kid because I needed a laptop bag, right? Something to keep the laptop in it. So I got a new one. It was a roller one, and I had a friend that would like jump on the back of the laptop bag and just like ride him around. That's not good, you think? Yeah, I don't remember that being a good thing. I remember crying in my next class because of it, and just like going. I couldn't even go home for the day because I'd have like my mom pick me up, and she was like at work till like 5. I would also be like the last kid to go home from school because my mom would get off work, you know, a bit after class got out. So I'd just be like sitting outside, and like everyone else would get picked up first, and I'd just be like sitting there for like 30 or 40 minutes. Yeah, you know, maybe not all the memories of that middle school were great. Stuck out in the snow or something in New Hampshire for like 30 or 40 minutes. They'd lock the doors to the building because, you know, the teachers would go home and stuff. How are we doing on drops? Oh, we do have 10. Okay, we're good to go back now. Okay. One time when they called you inside for the end of recess, why am I Miku again? I've always been Miku. Why is it so hard for you to believe that I'm Miku, Juicies? Like, why? What's hard about that for you to believe? I need a loom to make this chain. Sawmill. Oh, I do also remember a lot of the friends I had in that year of school in middle school were like Russian. There were a lot of like foreign students in that school. And I remember Yuri, Boris, and it was the third guy, but I don't remember his name. Yeah, I was pretty good friends with Boris, or with Yuri, and Boris was kind of the weird one. He would just watch porn on his laptop, like in class. I remember that very distinctly. I don't quite remember why. I guess he just thought it was funny or something. It's average Boris behavior, I guess. Yeah. And then I had another friend, Kevin, who, Kevin was very into anime, and I think like probably like Vocaloids and stuff. This was, you know, back in the early 2010s. He was very shy about it and embarrassed about it. It was like a comp sci guy. I remember he was developing a game. He played as an egg. I think I probably still have the game, honestly. It was just a random EXE that he gave me. He gave to his friends to playtest. Okay, let's roll. Let's roll grenades. He just like played as an egg and shot things. Hit anime girls as a PNG as a secret in it. You got bullied for watching VTubers like 5 years ago and you never started watching them again. Bullying can be really damaging to the psyche of a young kid. I never, I think I got rid of Giraffe after that kid slammed my head into a bus for having Giraffe. It's very, it's the sort of thing that people who are mean to kids, even if it's not bullying, even if it's not, like, abjectly, like, you know, slamming a kid's head into a bus for doing something, there's a lot you can do to a child that will discourage them from something that they like and they're passionate about, and make them feel embarrassed or ashamed for interacting with it. You know, maybe there's a game that they play that you act really negatively towards, or, you know, a particular book series or something that they're reading, that, like, it makes you feel a little bit better about yourself for being like, kid's doing some stupid fucking Roblox thing. But that can be really damaging to, you know, the kids. That was hit by an NPC. I wonder why there's an HP. You know, like, willingness to do things and happiness, and it can really upset them. That's why it's important to be, you know, positive with kids' interests. You know, don't, just because you don't understand something, or it seems a bit weird or juvenile, you don't want to just put them down over things that they like. You know, try to be, you know, supportive and encouraging. So remember that. If you ever, you know, might have a younger sibling, might have kids yourself, or just, you know, random kids on the internet. Like, let's be real, you'll interact with kids on the internet. I interact with kids on the internet. The kids watching this stream right now. Try to just be supportive and positive instead of putting them down for liking things that are a bit weird or different, you know. There's a meme you don't understand, doesn't mean you have to tell the kid how stupid they are for it. Doesn't mean you have to, you know, like the meme. There's a difference between not engaging with something and being super negative about it, you know? You saw me at the American Dream yesterday? Yeah, I mean, I was elected president. I was elected mayor of New York City. Like, 80% of internet discourse can be ended by don't being rude for no reason. Yeah, I think a lot of people on the internet, well, honestly, there were a lot of reasons why people are mean online, and it would be a complete waste of time to try to, you know, exhaustively list them. Sometimes it's just the fact that, let's be real, people who lack social skills are going to be driven, like, people want to be social, people want to socialize. That is a, like, basic human need. If you sat in isolation from other people for decades, you would go crazy. Right, but some people are not very good at socializing in real life. Maybe they don't have a good ability to maintain eye contact, maybe they're autistic, maybe they just can't phrase things well, maybe they feel like they're always, like, being judged or something by the people around them because they have a poor self-image, whatever. So they're naturally driven to, you know, being online. But the problem is, if those people don't have good social skills, a lot of times, you know, they're rejected IRL for a reason, because maybe they're very mean or crass or stuff like that. So you get, you know, spaces where people just act very negative and toxic to each other, and then you end up attracting more people to be negative and toxic to each other because that's the only people that are willing to spend time with them. And then you get spaces like, you know, 4chan or really toxic, you know, sub-communities or streamer circles and stuff. And that's really something that is completely avoidable, right? Like, if those people who had really difficult times socializing in real life went to different online spaces, maybe they could have, you know, been made to be more positive. Maybe they still can. It's not too late to change. But a lot of the times they'll end up being adopted by sub-communities that are negative because they've been, you know, grandfathered in by other people that were negative themselves, and there's kind of a, you know, whole culture. And it just ends up breeding these vile, toxic people. People that just want to be hateful and instill hatred. And then you just have people that are just trolls trying to piss people off. You have, in some cases, especially along heated discussions, if you ever find yourself feeling a strong emotion in response to something you read online, I would ask yourself if there is somebody that would benefit from you being or feeling that strong emotion. Because a lot of stuff online is designed to play on your emotions, make you angry, make you happy, make you sad, make you outraged, whatever. Especially when it comes to, you know, hot button political topics. You know, there are like astroturfing campaigns that will try to make people really upset about a topic or angry about a topic in a political sense. And then you have people who are just trying to like rage bait you to get you to engage with their things because that's their whole business model. They're doing something obviously wrong and pissing you off, so you want to tell them that why they're wrong, which is something that a lot of people just innately like to do. It's a very successful business strategy. You have people that will try to play on your emotions with stories oftentimes not even true, or stretched imaginations of the truth, about things that are sad, maybe try to get you to donate to things. You wondered if you'd still be this ADHD if you didn't grow up on the internet? I mean, it's not like ADHD is a modern invention, but I do think online modalities of entertainment definitely do not help you. Yeah, all that to say is be a nice person to other people online, and you can create spaces where people don't hate each other. You can feel welcome and wanted. Those are nice things. You don't have to feel like you're constantly being attacked or stuff. And I do think a lot of online communities have come a long way from what they used to be. I think, especially as more people have gone to use the internet compared to decades ago, those more niche subcultures and toxicity have declined as it's become more mainstream. It still happens. But I think in general, online spaces, you're less likely to have consistent cultures of toxicity. And that's not to say that the old internet was just a toxic, vile place. There were plenty of positive and happy people. Especially as you got to more like niche forums and subcultures and stuff like that. You finished an expert playthrough for the first time some weeks ago. You play on mobile and usually suck at the game, so you're interesting. Got to it finally. Nice! Congratulations. Do I have hunter potions? That would help to find the goblin. No, I don't. I could pop red potions for it, but I think I'd rather save them. It'll take too long to find the goblin. Should go up there. A few upsides of this seed is the millions of gold coins in your inventory. Yeah, dude, money is such a non-issue on this seed. You get so much cash. I wasn't sure if I did. Do I hang around the mushroom biome? And those are pretty good places to find the goblin. Problem is, he'll die quickly because contact damage. No life form analyzer sucks. I should have checked the traveling merchant when it spawned. This is actually a really difficult place to spawn the goblin because of the color profile, I feel like. But, you know, I'll illuminate the place, jump around a bit, see if we find it. You wish reforges were cheaper? I just wish the reforge system worked differently. Yeah, it's kind of this self-fulfilling prophecy with reforges where... What do you need money for? You need money to reforge your weapon. Why do you need to reforge your weapon? Because most of the reforges suck. And because reforges are expensive. If reforges were less expensive, if there were more good reforges, so you didn't have... Oh, there was the goblin. So you didn't have to just go for the best one always. If... It's like the only reason you ever have to get money in this game is just to reforge. Which makes it annoying to grind money when... If reforges didn't take all of your money, then you wouldn't really need to grind money outside of a couple of specific situations, like getting a contaminator or something like that. You think Relogic will ever change them? No idea. We'll find out. 1.4.5 is coming in a month or two, though. So, if they were going to, I suspect they would do it then. And also, I'd like to say, please don't give any spoilers for 1.4.5, any content they've, you know, announced or anything like that. Just as a courtesy to me and the people in the chat who might be trying to go into the update without knowing that stuff. Yeah, red pressure plates basically get activated by anything. It's not just being stepped on, I think, because they're bugged. You can also shoot them to activate them. Which is not immediately obvious by their tooltip. That's why, like, pets falling on them will cause them to trigger. Those are technically projectiles. The game is dense and loaded with such a crazy amount of items. How do you go into a new patch blind and actually discover anything? Well, I mean, relatively blind. Like in 1.4.4, basically all I knew was that there was a new seed, Getfixedboi. And so I just played that seed. I imagine it would be something similar there. You just engage with stuff. Maybe like a small notion of like, oh, there's a new seed to play. There's new content in this sense or something like that. But I feel like one of the biggest problems with Reforge is the lack of decision involved. There's always the best one, and always comes down to whether or not you settle for a subpower one. Yeah. And it's the sort of thing that's not difficult to change. It might be difficult to balance, possibly. In the sense, not that it would be overpowered to have multiple good reforges, but in the sense that you want to balance desire for the reforge with power, right? And going from the status quo right now of there is one best reforge that gives you 5, 15, 10, around 30% with multiplicative stacking, probably like 35, 40% extra DPS. I think it's 10% speed, 15% damage, 5% crit. Plus either mana cost, melee no, not melee speed. Size? Size. And velocity for the respective weapons. So, you know, you either need to add other things that toe that same 30, 35, 40% line for DPS, Or lower the line to, like, you know, 20 to 30%, and then add different things within that. You know, get like 20% speed, or 20% damage, or, you know, 10% damage, 10% crit, or something like that. And you want to balance the desirability of those, because it doesn't help anything if you rework Reforges into something where everyone still just wants to get one Reforge. Even if it's a different Reforge, even if, you know, some things have changed, if you don't change what people want, then it's not really fixing the problem. So yeah, you want to simultaneously balance things so that it's not one clear overpowered option, but the options are still fun, and people want to get different things. And, you know, that's not a small undertaking. They're easy to change, but hard to perfect, I would say. Thoughts on honey goggles? I like honey goggles. I like the bee mount, but there's such a low drop from queen bee, and I don't find myself farming for that often. So I don't often end up with them, but if I do end up with them, they're nice. They're not really very good in a combat sense, which I think is why you won't see people talking about them very much. Like, honey goggles are not really going to help you dodge a boss very much. And for mobility, they're whatever, but the bee is cool. I like the bee. Didn't I have a video on how change be better? Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's called, The Problem with Reforge. Oh, and the obvious one is Summoner after 11 years? 12 years? 13 years? When was 1.2? 2013? 12 years? Still does not have its own Reforges. It still just piggybacks on magic Reforges that don't do anything for it in a lot of situations, because half the modifiers don't work. So that's another, like, slam dunk. You don't even have to touch the other Reforges. Literally just adding Summoner Reforges, I think would be a really big improvement. It's for the what is Getfixedboi. Okay. I don't know, like, I'm already aware of that, Alex, but I guess you weren't here when I explicitly said, please don't talk about stuff that's coming in the next update. Very directly, look directly at the camera and say, please don't talk about stuff that's coming in the next update. You know, that's something I've already been aware of. Oh, it's fine. It's not a big deal. It was like a minute after I said that, so it was very, a little bit more than a minute, but very, very shortly after that. It was a little funny. No luck with the Goblin yet, huh? We had one spawn early on, but he immediately died. I better 3 double triples. Go. What if I should have do a hunter potion? I could just sit here and kill guys. Problem is, oh, okay. Violence worked. Alright, violence is always the answer. Goblin in here. Yeah, buddy. You know, we have bread, so we could just put this here. Which NPC is my favorite? I feel like I hate all of them equally. Oh, I don't have an aglet, do I? Well, I could get an aglet easily. Should have that skeleton motioned around. Okay, I guess I am missing that for lightning boots. But I could make lava waders. So if I want lava waders, I'm gonna need obsidian. Fossil pickaxe is able to break obsidian. Probably want a bucket. Water. You started playing the game about a month ago. So you don't know anything about what's coming, but it sounds like it might be coming out soon. Yes, there's a very major update. It's been being worked on since 2022. Well, maybe 2023. A long time. It's 1.4.5. And Relogic announced in their recent State of the Game that it would be coming out mid-December to late January. So sometime in a month and a half to like 2.5 months, 3 months, we'll be getting a new update. Hope there's crossplay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they've been working on crossplay. I know it's something they've wanted to get in the game. Right now there is a limited crossplay that exists on mobile. If you're not familiar, if you're hosting a server, on mobile, not like through Steam multiplayer, but like actually hosting a server with an IP and password. Mobile players can join PC hosted servers. So if that situation is, you know, your sister plays on mobile, it's possible you might be able to play together doing that. Yeah, I've hosted multiplayer stuff with people on mobile that have joined. I don't know the exact specifics, but I think it's literally just, you know, putting in the PC hosted IP and port. Okay, we need 20 for City Skull. Should now be able to craft a bonus skull and obsidian water walking boots, and then I need the obsidian rose, lava waders. This is Getfixedboi. Endless. Okay, what now? Playing Cthulhu? Right? I mean, what else do I have to do? Got a mini shark, that's fine on the brain. Probably get, you know, got Jester's arrows, make a demon bow. Or honestly, just use bone throwing knives, right? Like, I've got plenty of them. How much fossil do I have? 46? Yeah, let's make some bone throwing knives. They pierce 3 times. That's funny. Bone throwing knives, probably get Crimtane, making artificial. I've got 26 Crimstone, not quite enough. Making artificial Crimson here, right in there. But I didn't like Getfixedboi, I don't. But I mean, I can do things that I don't like. You know what I've been thinking of the other day? which I feel like is going to be a very specific problem that I don't know if most of you will be able to relate to, but so there are like 3 different types of DMs that I might get from people, and one of them, which might not seem immediately like the most annoying or difficult one to deal with, is substantially worse than the other ones. One of them is just like the random thirsty horny guy, right? If you a woman, you've probably interacted with this, but just the random guy clearly trying to like riz you up in a DM or something, which you just ignore. Then you have people that are just like trying to like chat or be your friend, which usually is just like a, you know, that's cool, but I'm not really looking for a friend or something. And then you have the people that like assume you're friends in a parasocial way and will like tell you about their day, or like ask you if you want to like do stuff or hang out, or just like awkwardly inject or impose themselves on you in a way that makes you feel bad, because they're like assuming that you have a closer relationship than you do, which is really awkward, and I really dislike having to deal with. It's not something that happens often, thankfully, but when it does happen, it's just awkward, right? It's the sort of thing that like you don't want to be mean to people, but at the same time like people are imposing a relationship that doesn't exist. Is that a bathhouse? That's a Miku house. That's Miku, and that's the donut hole. Very famous song by Hatsune Miku. I know my Miku songs. Every single one. Drunk World sometimes makes the snow biome entirely inside the jungle is the one gripe you have with this seed. Yeah, it's it can be a little bit annoying. Okay, I wanted to go to the Crimson and blow up some Crimstone, which is up this way. Fortunately, I don't have a pylon up there, so. Looks like a horned demon. It looks like Miku. Me. You don't see the, like, look, you know? That's me. Silt and slush seems significantly more common when that happens. I don't know. I don't know the specifics of silt and slush generation. Could not tell you. It's more like Teto Red Miku. You can't call a palette swap a new Miku, right? You've got red Miku, you've got yellow Miku, you've got green Miku. All just different flavors of the same girl. Doesn't Miku's hair flow down? No, it's going up. I am the center of gravity. I'm the most massive object in the solar system. Socially. And politically. I do remember on Reddit, there was a point in time where, being the vain bastard that I am, you know, you search your name on Reddit, usually on Reddit, see what people have said, and there was a person who used a piece of artwork that I got commissioned, which had like the file name sorbetcafe.png or something, uploaded to Reddit, and I guess it acknowledged that metadata, and it was like some random horny bastard on a role-playing subreddit that said like I need like a cat boy twink to be my slave or something like that. It was really funny. You're playing Master Mode Drunk World, your first Buster Sheet, just beat Skeletron, it was fun? Yeah. Drunk World's really fun. Having access to both world evils, having all the random silly world gen changes. It's nice, I like to see it. Did I hit him up? No. Any of the porn subreddits, the most unhinged shit imaginable? Yeah, guys. Drunk World's everything you want in a seed except for the living trees. Yeah, the living trees are a little annoying. But, you know, take the good with the bad. Don't throw the tree out with the bathwater, you know? Let's see. It's off to the right. You got Rain Wolf? Nice. What tentacle spike? Yeah, I love Rain Wolf. Shout out to the comment I got on the that last Terraria video I made, the smallest mistakes players make in Terraria, which hold on, let me find the exact comment. I've gotten some unhinged comments on recent videos. I want to find that exact one. Let's see. It was search Rain World. Hold on. Where was it? It was on this video. Rain World? There was some guy that, like, was very adamant about not recommending Rain World to people. That was really funny. Oh, is it in... No. No. Hold on. I have a screenshot of it somewhere. Hold on. That was the wrong one. Okay. I have to... No, wait. No. That was a different one. That was a different one. Damn it. I can't... I want to find that comment. Damn. I don't know why I can't find it. Okay. You should not be blanket recommending Rain World to a large audience. Rain World is not for everyone. It's cool. People should try it, but don't tell them they should try it without telling them that it's not for everyone, and they shouldn't feel bad if they don't like it. Like, damn, dude, yeah, go pop off on trying to like gatekeep recommending Rainworld to people on a shitpost video. There was also somebody that asked if my voodoo doll the voodoo doll bit in that video was an allegory for the genocide in Palestine, which I don't know what they were smoking. That is one of the most unhinged comments I've ever gotten. Same logic as you shouldn't try broccoli because not everyone likes it, even though you might like it and other people might like it too. Yeah, it'd be like telling someone, hey, you should try broccoli. By the way, a lot of people fucking hate broccoli. Broccoli, like, me personally, terrible. Hate broccoli. You should try it though. You should try it. But, you know, it's a lot of people don't like it. So, you know. And I think Rainworld is not that difficult of a game to blanket recommend to people after the remix update. Like, they added a lot of quality of life options in the remix menu that can make the game a lot more accessible to people. They've tried to make the game more accessible. And I really don't think it's that hard of a sell, you know? Sure, it's not the easiest game. But I don't feel like when you're recommending a game to people, you need to overtly be like, by the way, some people don't like certain video games. Like, I feel like that's implicit in the recommendation that, hey, this is something I like, not this is something you will love. You still wonder about the 1/3 that fight the twins first? Okay, so that problem, it starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it count down as the pendulum swings. Wait, watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on, but you didn't even know. I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I tried, so I had to fall to lose it all. And in the end, it doesn't even matter. One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to remind myself how I tried so hard in spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was proud of your property, remembering all the times you fought with me. I'm surprised we got so things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. You kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when we lost Miku, fellas. What do you mean? I've been here the whole time. You think this Miku is fake? No. No. Miku would never sing Linkin Park. Why not? I mean, some people... Okay. Some people literally, when shown direct evidence of something, will not believe it to be true. Like, I can literally sit here showing you Miku singing Linkin Park and you wouldn't believe it. Explain that one, liberals. Miku would never, she did. Is that where that meme song came from? What? Miku sings Faint? I don't know Faint. I'm sorry. How is someone who hasn't heard of Lisa Minnelli know of and sing Linkin Park? Is it a Gen Z meme that Linkin Park is suddenly a thing again after 20 years? What? Look, I don't... The music that I am familiar with from that time period is the music that I was exposed to and listened to in that time period. Like, why do I know who Linkin Park is? Because I was a child in the 2000s. And I listened to Linkin Park as a kid. Why do I not know who that other person is? Because I did not listen to their music as a kid. I wouldn't attribute that to some generational difference. I think it's just a literal experiential difference of this is what I experienced. This is what I did not experience. I was younger than that? I'll take the compliment. You listen to Jack Johnson? I don't know what that is. It was also a period of time where I just, like, didn't listen to music in, like, the late 2000s to early 2010s, because, random kid logic, dude. I don't know. It was probably earlier than that, but, like, my sister liked music a lot, listened to a lot of music. It was around the time of Halo 3, I think. So maybe, like, yeah, mid-late 2000s. So I just, like, didn't listen to music for several years, because, like, my sister listened to music, and I didn't like her. You know? Okay, are you ready for the brain? Ready, like, fast at you here. Buff's going. When the time comes, we just sit here. It's fine. Maybe I'll make it a bit flatter. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I have vicious mushrooms. Pumpkin pie, food buff. I have healing potions. I guess I'll make regen. Those aren't useful. I get iron in here. Iron skin. It's not a very large arena setup we have, so it might be a little bit tricky, but we'll work with that. You and your sister never had any disagreements, really? I mean, I have two sisters. I got along well with my oldest sister. The one that was closer to me in age, I didn't really get along with that well. Gotta walk back up there. We need 4 more vertebrae and vicious mushrooms. If I had a magic conch, then I could just use the conch to go to the ocean, which is my plan. But sadly, it's not really an option. I can imagine them in essence. Look, guys, it's a chest. careful, the chest might be a Mimiku. I saw what you did. That was clever. That was funny. You should be a comedian. Go to clown school. I went to clown school. That's how I became a YouTuber. So I need 4 vertebra and 6 vicious mushrooms. Man, I hate the lighting in this room after the sun goes down. Daylight savings time. Daylight savings time. Chest over there. Made it so that the sun set an hour earlier, so normally there'd be light coming in right now, but now it's just solely the LED lights that I have on me, which are not the nicest lighting. No, I'm not just a pair of legs. I mean, there's no factual way for you to tell that the person you're seeing on screen is the same as the pair of legs. I actually sever at the torso into a pair of legs and a torso and head. Not the same. The top is the cafe, the bottom is the sorbet. Like it being dark, your eyes are unusually sensitive to light. Well, my webcam brightness shouldn't be changing your sensitivity. If the amount of light difference on my webcam is making it more difficult for you to watch, dude, your eyes are fucked. Oh, you meant the darkness from the daylight savings time. Okay. I thought you were saying that you preferred the webcam being slightly darker because it was too bright to look at. We'd have to go back anyway. I saw the beehive. I thought it was occluded from me. Are those face monsters of panic like this? That's just Getfixedboi thing. Maybe for the Willy. I think for the Willy. Face monsters are very, very fast. Very silly. Do we have any vertebra? No. The only thing you know Miku from is that pipe bomb video. Well, Miku is in Fortnite. She's in XCOM 2. She's in Rain World. She is in Japan. She is in Magic the Gathering. She is in this stream. Yeah, she gets around. She's hiding in your windows. Hiding is for cowards. A real predator faces their prey head on. Not a single creature in the animal kingdom that preys on smaller beings uses stealth as a primary hunting mechanism. Only the cowardly creatures. Brazilian Miku is neat. As a Brazilian, you ask humbly for her to come back again. I don't recall Brazilian Miku, but I believe it. Brazil has a large Japanese population, doesn't it? Aren't there like a lot of Japanese people who moved to Brazil for some reason? That's the last mushroom I need. There was 4 of those. All the woody contact damage. Yeah, that is true. Brazil is geographically very close to Japan. Basically, sister nations. And Japan famously gets along very well with its neighbors. Hey, glitchy. Perhaps Asians and not only the Japanese. What? No, I think Brazil specifically has like a large Japanese population. Overall, I don't remember the exact reasons why. I just remember it being a thing. Yeah, it's me. It's Toxic me. I'm about to fight the brain of Cthulhu. No match for my Miku powers. As soon as I get one. One in 3 drop rate, by the way. Okay. Okay, we might not kill the brain here, but, you know, we'll try. See what we get out of it. I wanted to make a Magiluminescence first if I could. I think that would be helpful. 36 Demonite. Yeah, we have enough. Luminescence. And let me do some reforging of the Goblin. That's warding, huh? That's actually really good to have. Okay. Mini strokes seem to be the weapon on the brain itself. Demonic's fine. And let's just see if we can get defensive reforges on these. Doesn't make a huge difference for the brain, but these all contact damage. It's nice to have just in general. I would have taken Hardmode. That's the difference between you and me. I'm not a quitter. I know what I'm worth, and I'll keep going until the price is right. All in. Okay, and then armor-wise, I mean, I might as well make something small, right? Might come in handy. Which gold do I have? I think I have enough for a chest and Alright, silver is 3 and 4, gold is 4 and 5. Does it really matter? That's 4 defense, that's 3 defense. Yeah, I think we're solid here. So, next step is turning these into just powder, getting out my spines, and finding a demon altar. Which I guess means we're walking back to the surface again? Guess I should have taken the bottle with me, huh? Yeah, not having that contra really sucks. I really would have liked one here. But, oh well. So I can turn my bullets into silver bullets, too. Follow my defense sometimes, videos sometimes? Nice. Might as well it's back on in the meantime. Okay, yeah, one more walk up to the surface, craft the bloody spine, and then we go down to the underworld to fight the Queen of Cthulhu. Sure do love Terraria's reward system. Well, on the bright side, we're playing on Getfixedboi, so we're gonna earn that money back in, 30 seconds as soon as we see a golden slime or a mimic or something. So that's nice. It's also part of why I'm very reckless with the reforges, right? Like, I will get so much money that I will be able to just force getting the best reforges. It's not... I will get more money. I'm not at a risk of running out. Wish you were playing Getfixedboi in real life so you could get out of debt easily. Well, in a sense, you can play in Getfixedboi in real life. Getfixedboi is very high risk, high reward, right? You get a lot of money, but it's also very likely that you'll die. And there's a lot of stuff you can do in real life that will have similar trends. Grab a gun, go rob a convenience store, or a bank. Odds dying, pretty high. Odds getting money, also pretty high, Yeah, go gamble, bet it all on red, go deep in debt to the mob. Might get money. You also might die. Lose a leg. But You know, risk and reward. About what you're willing to do, you know? You can't see the end of the horizon. Am I here to put you out of your misery? No. No, I'm here to continue watching you live in misery. I like it. I'm not going to end your suffering, I'm going to continue it. And it's going to make me happy. Find joy in your suffering. Oh, there's an altar here. Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready. About as ready as I'm gonna get. Sure. Why not? Double jump's not really super helpful in this fight. It's a very small arena, honestly. I might extend this a little bit. I should get a heart engine too. Ooh, okay. That's fine. Put dinner in the pressure cooker with tomato soup. You've been enjoying your stream while you've been cooking. It took me a minute to parse that sentence. Nice. Nice. Hope your soup is nice. Platforms do not work upside down? No, they don't. But there's a phase 1 to the fight. That's for phase 2. Thank you for teleporting on top of me. Thank you for the confusion debuff. Yeah. That's the confusion debuff for you. Telefrag with the brain teleporting on top of me and then immediately getting confused the next time he hits me and then running into him because I was confused. Good boss fight. I should expand that a little bit. The speed that he moves at in For the Worthy makes it harder to be in a small position. So I should give myself a little more space during the phase 1. What is the ear like in Getfixedboi? Terrible. Much worse than the question. You can go look up his change on the wiki if you want to see exactly what he's like, but awful. Terrible boss. Would not recommend. Dynamite, don't I? I mean, the Brain of Cthulhu is not difficult. I haven't done Getfixedboi Brain in a while. I didn't remember the exact amount of space. This is the sort of setup that would work fine on a regular Brain of Cthulhu, but the extra speed that he has in For the Worthy and his propensity for telefragging means that you really want a bit more space. Also, the confusion debuff was very unfortunate. I do have dynamite. I just missed it. The only thing that's a little annoying is having to get the vertebra again, but if we sit in the right spot, it shouldn't take too long to get 15 vertebra. But we don't need 15, because we have a little left over. That is a nice, healthy Brain of Cthulhu arena. fight against Mech Dusa or Miku Dusa? Well, we don't have much of a choice. We need to prove who's the stronger Miku. This one's central. Here we are. Okay, that should be a pretty healthy space. Let me smooth this out a bit so we don't get caught on it. Okay, and I will take the materials that I need with me, which is a bottle, 2 vertebra here, so I need 13 vertebra, 6 mushrooms. That's it. Okay. What? Getting kind of hungry. The P.F. Chang's sesame chicken sitting in my freezer is calling to me. I can feel it. Probably try the brain one more time and succeed or fail. Probably end the stream after that. Want some food. Plus, I have an exam tomorrow. I need to study a little bit for. Somebody who has ADHD and regularly forgets to eat. I don't forget to eat. That's not what's happening. It'll be maybe 15 minutes before I fight the brain again. Depends on how long this farming takes. Forgetting to eat sounds wild to me, though. Like, if I go the whole day without eating, my stomach's gonna be killing me, man. I'm hungry. You go days without eating, without realizing? How? Dude, I love eating food. Like, I look forward to eating food, you know? It's a pleasurable experience. It's like, damn, I get to go home and eat food. I like eating food. I like the way things taste, you know? I can't imagine that. Eating is great, but cooking isn't great. You know, like, you know, frozen pizzas and stuff. I don't have a whole lot of time to cook stuff, so I eat a lot of like pre-packaged foods. 6 mushrooms is gonna be a little more annoying to find. Maybe if we'll... No, that's a desert over there. There's not gonna be 6 mushrooms over there. Okay. Killing these guys that make trouble first.
Make all your food and put it organized in the fridge in portions, like meal prep? Yeah, that's a good strategy. That's 6? That's 6. Okay, I'm gonna go inside this, this Crimson Cave here, because this is, an easy... What is this? This is a bizarre world, Jen, I gotta say. Like cooking, but you got a shared kitchen with 10 people. Yeah, I like cooking. I don't like washing dishes. Welcome back. Nonagon guy? Hope your fried rice was nice. Yeah, this is a really good place to get food. It's open. Those spawn rates? Yeah, that's the Crimson in Getfixedboi for you. Well done, Miguel. Starfish just has ridiculous spawn rates. It's 9. Having trouble with mech bosses on your expert ranger save? Which mech boss are you trying to fight? You have trouble with any of them? Usually I like to, well, if I'm just playing casually, I like to just take a Phoenix Blaster and then go fight, like, weapons. But, it's not the most effective strategy. The best option is probably going to be, like, I don't know, Onyx Blaster, Dart Pistol with Ichor bullets, or darts, Dart Rifle with Curse to solid on Destroyer. 15 yet? You could potentially come for an Uzi if you're really struggling. Daedalus Stormbow is good on twins. They tend to stand in consistent locations. You can hit your shots really easily. Titanium Rapido, Hollow Rapido, solid options too. A Phoenix Blaster and a Clockwork Assault Rifle with exploding bullets. Are you trying on the Destroyer? You have the damage, you just can't stay alive. So with the Destroyer, I tend to fly back and forth in semicircles. I find that to be fairly effective. You kind of like have him over a pit and you fly back and forth in semicircles. I assume you're over the Destroyer with the exploding bullets. You can use the magic conch for safety mid-fight if you're struggling. You can just teleport to the ocean, Destroyer won't despawn. So like if you find yourself near death, you can like put your nurse near the ocean or just like have a little station with honey and a heart lantern and stuff. Conch to the ocean, heal to full HP, we call back home. He's not going to despawn. Oh, right, the bottle. I don't know why I couldn't craft potions. Okay, well, we'll try this one more time. See if we can get it this time. Don't have the highest of expectations, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll take you. Ready? I think so. Panic like this isn't bad, but it also might throw me off. Maybe I'll slot it on. Okay. Thank you, Brain, for teleporting directly in front of where I'm going every single time. Oh, this is outside of the Crimson. Don't want to go there. Spawns him. When he gets to phase 2, we're going to have flip gravity, stay on this surface here. Wait to do it when I want. We'll be in one of these two locations with the setup we have. So it's pretty simple. If we hit him, it means we're shooting in the right spot. If we don't hit him, it means we're not. Oh. Missed position. I guess not. Oh, I died to poison. That's really unfortunate. He has a chance to inflict poison debuffers. Didn't think he hit me. Now, we moved slightly to the side, which caused him to behave differently than I was expecting. Why is it so tanky? For the worthy, he gets like an extra 20 defense or something. Okay, well, mildly unfortunate, but not a big deal. You know, probably enough to make a Deathbringer pickaxe. We'd come back with a Molten Fury. That'd be really effective. Pain? Not really that painful. The issue there was more of an arena one. I just moved to the side, caused him to behave in a way that I wasn't prepared for. In any case, though, I am hungry, and I'm gonna go make food. So I will probably get back to streaming this at some point. See how I'm feeling. Yeah. Bye, everyone.